want you to turn toward the stage, and I want you to give a great round of applause to our next speaker, Chuck Warner. Chuck. Chuck. Come right on up here, Chuck. You have a wide audience that can't wait to hear from you.
Good morning. The Alzheimer's Association has great faith in people. Today, today, for example, they asked me, a former lawyer, to make a speech to hundreds of people and keep it to 5 minutes. Only for the Alzheimer's Association would I do this. My name is Chuck Warner, and I was for many years a lawyer in San Francisco and in Monterey. I spent 45 years practicing law and hoped for 5 more to make it an even 50. However, in late 2011, the first signs of disease noticed by folks in our office were forgetting phone calls I just made, writing quality had diminished, the staff was concerned over my performance, so I got sent to by my local doctor to the head of neurology at Stanford. And after MRIs, cognitive testing, on which I was told I was in the top 10%, but what did not understand, it was the top 10% of people with suspected Alzheimer's. Later, I was told I had Alzheimer's disease. My wife said to the doctor privately, "You must tell him bluntly, otherwise he'll reinterpret what you said." So the doctor told me, "You have Alzheimer's, an untreatable, incurable disease. No more practicing law and no more driving." On top of the shock, despair, and instant change in life status, it ruined the trip home. What diagnosis of Alzheimer's can have on people's lives? As with every family, I suspect the impact of the news was devastating. We closed the law office, which we had intended to sell, but you have to stick around for a year or so during the transition so the new owner can pick up all the business. So that did not work. We closed our office and began a different life. I put myself on inactive status with the state bar. My wife, who had been the office manager, spent endless hours closing the business of the office and still is not done as if this today. So now we have no income. We sold our house, which my wife, had totally remodeled and was where we had intended to live forever. Now we both do worry about the future. My friends, for the most part, are still working, so I get to see them occasionally, but it is not the same as it was. I am working on adapting to be a patient, and my wife is adapting to her role as a caregiver. Neither roles are easy adjustments. I suspect for her it is even harder than for me because she has a patient, me, who I am sure can be a pain in the posterior. Involvement with the Alzheimer's Association has been a true benefit for both of us. We were privileged to be one of 7 couples and invited to participate in a pilot program sponsored by Stanford and the Alzheimer's Association over a 3-week period. As I have since learned as usual, the patients were in one group and the caregivers in another group. Since that time, we go every week to our local Alzheimer's meetings in Monterey, and we find that most helpful in meeting the new challenges we face daily. One thing I have learned from the Alzheimer's Association is that being diagnosed with Alzheimer's is certainly one of life's challenges. Learning to accept and deal with that challenge makes life more meaningful. I cannot say enough good things about the help, support, comfort, and companionship we get from the Alzheimer's Association. I hope you never need them, but they will be there if you do. According to a recent survey study, 1 new person is diagnosed with Alzheimer's every 68 seconds. There is now an estimated 5.4 million people with Alzheimer's disease, and that number is expected to increase by 15 million by 2050. So taking action now and from the fight against Alzheimer's is most important. All of you here today are participating in the walk are helping, and your help is deeply appreciated. Participation in events such as one today is one way to meaningfully join in the fight against Alzheimer's. So thank you for coming, and on behalf of all of us patients, caregivers, the Alzheimer's Association, concerned people, thank you for coming today, and thank you so much for your comfort and support.